Welcome to their Team Solomon Circus live duel. Today we have Spright versus, this is, I believe it's pure evil twins or live twins, whatever you want to call it. A short one today, only a 10-minute long video, but unfortunately that's how sometimes duels go. So we're going to see the die roll happening. And Spright here is going to get to go first. We see an activation of Spright starter during the draw phase here. And getting out the blue, activating the blue effect, avoiding the droll. Blue is going to search their red, which is going to probably give off the information that, you know, they do have a jet in hand. Here, moving on to the main phase, we're going to activate jet, summon itself as an inherit summon, getting out the Spright starter for follow-up during the next turn. You know, helps you play through boards like Dark Ruler no more and stuff like that, so that's why we choose that over Smashers. Then we're going to overlay immediately into Gigantic Spright, activate the effect, summon out the Swap Frog. Swap Frog effect's going to activate, sending the Rodent Totem. You know, using both of those to make an Elf. Activate Elf, summon back the Swap. Swap effect going to send another Swap. You know, pretty standard. And here we're going to activate Swap, summoning out, or activate Rodent, summoning out the Rodent, banishing Swap to summon out itself to make the Toad. We should have summoned Red first after Jet, so, you know, play around the Nibiru and stuff like that. I mean, we did have Gigantic, but like just playing around like stuff like Gamma and things like that. And we're setting one card, most likely going to be a starter, and passing with 3 cards in hand. We're going to see an activation of that, and then he's going to forgot the draw for turn. Toad's going to activate in the standby phase, summoning out of the third Swap Frog. We do see a Call by the Grave in their hand. They're going to activate the one that searches. I believe that's Sunny. Getting the blue. Fun fact, it is a level 2, so we can here activate Toad. We could to take it, put it face down, and it's only a level 2 for an extender for us. We're gonna Ash Blossom that, hoping that he has an extender here. He is gonna activate the extender, pitching the Nibiru he had in hand. And we know he has a Call by the Grave. I wonder what he's trying to stop here. And here we're just thinking on this, you know, wondering if we should let it go through or not. We're going to Toad negate that. And here he's thinking in response. It looks like he's thinking about if he's going to activate the Call by the Grave here. But we do have the Elf to protect itself. He's going to let that go through. We're going to activate Starter here. And here he's going to chain Call by the Grave. So here we're going to chain Elf, summon it back out, you know, showing that how Call by the Grave is going to be dodged because the summon's successful. And that's going to be that's going to summon out. The star is going to summon out here. Is going to summon out the Carrot, which is Expel and Trap Negate. We're going to take the life points. And then set. Here they're going to activate triple Tactics Talents, but we do have the swap still, so we can just negate that. They're going for the draw 2. We're going to just chain and take. and they're going to say, well, that's all we have here. End up drawing the Veiler for turn. So quite unfortunate, but that's a victory for us game 1. I'm just showing how powerful the Spright board is. Just one starter, as well as like we had red in hand, or we had jet in hand. So like one starter plus extension is pretty crazy. It reminds me a lot of like the same play style as Zoo. Not exactly, but just like just one card just generating so much advantage. It kind of like with Zoo Adamantipator, like if you mash those 2 decks up, that's how it's like. Because a lot of the Adamantipator monsters special summon themselves by just having like one, they snowball. And like Zoo is just, one card powerhouses. And that's what it kind of feels like these guys are. They're like Adamantipator monsters that are like power to the Zodiacs. Just insane by just one monster or one spell card. Like starter is E-Telly or Barrage, whatever you want to call it. Blue is just like insane. I definitely see them hitting some of the cards in the deck. Like we have like, for example, like Gigantic and Spright Elf. Both of those cards are like really good. Like Gigantic Spright's insane itself. And people like wondering like, well, Toad's insane too. But Toad is not a problem. Like Toad can definitely get hit to 1, but most decks are playing it at 1. And if you're playing it at 2, then you could be playing it just like for extra, but you don't need to. You definitely don't need to. But just like, for example, like Elf. Elf is literally just like, as Triff said, Kagari. But back into the gameplay, we're going to know that he's going to go first. We're going to activate the D-Shifter in the standby phase. He's going to chain the extender, discarding a card, special summon a blue. Blue is then going to be able to activate. And here we're just thinking. Not having to use your normal summon is extremely strong. We're going to imperm that. Not the best play. Definitely not the best play here. Going to normal summon the other blue. So here did not have the other extender. A misplay there for sure. He should have summoned out the pink. Then he could have just normal summoned the blue, and then he could go into any of his links he wanted to. But it's not going to really matter because D-Shifter is live, and you have to use the graveyard for the live twins. So going into the blue here, not being able to activate any of the effects. Really, really unfortunate. And just having to simply pass there. We're in a normal summon swap, no effect. Don't want to banish our own Rodent Toad, and we're going to activate the effect of Jet summoning itself out. Activating that effect search for a spell and trap. It's going to respond with a very, very angry Ash Blossom. We're going to overlay. For, I believe it's a Gigantic here. Just thinking about it, making sure that we can try clearing the board. How can we make it? He only has 1 card left. So we're going to have to play Gigantic here, getting rid of the Jet, summon out blue. Blue effect's going to be out activate. Getting out most likely a red. Getting out Carrot here. Not being afraid of a monster effect, which is quite interesting here. Maybe we're trying to get rid of that back row. Carrot's going to special summon himself, turning off that back row completely. Enter battle phase here. Crash into the... or here he's thinking. Or something's going on under the table. That's what it is. Here we're going to go back into the battle phase, attack into the blue, and then attack directly for the, I believe that's 21. Moving to main phase 2 and just simply passing there. You know, draws the brick. What an unfortunate game. So that's going to be just an instantly scoop for them. And yeah, just passing, you know, not able to do very much. The game is sealed from here. Unfortunate for the live twin player here. We're just going to go into, I believe this is just summoning Swap Frog out, dumping the Rodent, banishing, and then being able to attack for game here. Making the Toad here, you know, making sure that everything is live. And I believe that is going to be game. Unfortunate about that, but we'll see you in the next one.